Hi all, welcome back to more Europa Universalis, the ambitious Margrave solo scenario. This is my part 25. So day after part 24, yeah, I'm just uploading that. I watched it back, so I'm just going to release it shortly. Part 24. Couple of things to talk about, a couple of daft mistakes that I made. Whether I'm getting a bit lax with the rules. I was starting to worry some of the things I'm doing. I'm kind of assuming I'm knowing what I'm talking about, and maybe some of these things are going to catch me out. I suppose trying to speed it up a little bit. I know you probably wouldn't notice, but anyway, this is from part 22, and yeah, it's when I scored the points for Denmark, and I think I initially said it was 3 points they should get, and this was for annexing Sweden. And then I came back and looked at the chart, and I looked at the bought peace chart, thinking that's how we had annexed Sweden. And I was scratching my head because I didn't recall looking at this bit previously. And the only other annexation we'd done was with Austria, and that was done diplomatically, not through warfare. However, this is what would have happened. This would have been resolved through warfare if we had annexed it through warfare, and it was score prestige equal to the tax value of annexed provinces. So I had it in my head that it was 3 points, and then when I got up here, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was like, oh right. I was like, that's 4 points then. And then when I looked down at Austria, I thought, oh, they got 3 points because it was 3, and they're going to get 4 points, so I gave them 4. However, Martin's correct in pointing out that it wasn't warfare, it was a diplomatic annexation, which is up here. And you can quite clearly see here, and when I look back here, I thought, yes, because I remember doing this for Austria. However, when I think, did I miss giving the points? No, I remembered at the end, I think, didn't I? I remembered, not right away. But anyway, this is how Sweden was annexed. So it was score 3 points. Not one per tax, tax income, which was the 4. So that should be down another point. So we're making some adjustments again. So down to 3. So yeah, thanks for that one, Martin. Yeah, it was. Well, I'm glad you pointed it out. It's strange though, when I was looking back in the bought peace chart, I was scratching my head thinking this doesn't look familiar to me, but that's why. Right, and then the other one was, this was worse. Again, this me not reading things properly. Sorry, where are we here? Yeah, and I said I'll fix that in part 25. Talk about right. This is in diplomacy as well, and it's his comment is at the 1 hour and 2 minute mark. Denmark has influence. Has less influence, 0 in Prussia, and Prussia's base tax value of 3. So Denmark should have spent 2 bought power to place 2 influence there. And then he talks about next. Well, I'll come back to next, but so yeah, what is it we do? We roll. Yeah, this is on the diplomatic chart, isn't it? Targeting chart. That's right. Okay, so what happens is we roll on the diplomatic chart, targeting chart. We roll, we get owner of Akershus, which doesn't work because that's Norway, and we'd already put influence in Norway, and it was moved, the chart had moved on, the flow chart had moved on to say you can't pick them again. So then we rolled again, we got Jutland. Jutland is completely owned by Denmark, so that doesn't work. We rolled again, we got Sweden, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got Sweden as well, which is owned by Denmark as well. Then we rolled and got a realm in Prussia. So I was like, okay, and I was like, so I came across here and we looked at Prussia. Now, This wasn't here at the time. I'm just going to take this away now. At the moment, I'm going to lay it aside. That wasn't there at the time. And then when I looked at the chart, however, I've read it wrong. And you know, yeah, I mean, it is clear. I'm pretty sure I can't sort of battle my way out of this one either. Not that I can generally dodge my way out of any of these things that I get wrong and clumsily read it. I mean, again, my reply was, yeah, yet another case of Grant not reading something right. So it was down here. Right, where was it? Yes, it's right down the bottom here. Yeah, go to diplomatic targeting chart. So we rolled, I think 4 times. We get Prussia. So I say, right, we've got Prussia. I'm a bit frustrated about it because we're about to just want to put an alliance in it, and I'm panicking there a bit. So any free space in target's area as well, Prussia's got 3... it's got 3 Brandenburg's influence in it. So there's still 2 spaces. You can have up to 5. So that's a yes. And this is the one I get wrong. Has influence less than target's base tax. Now, I read that as... Does Prussia have less influence in the targets than its base? Is there less influence in that area than its base? And its base tax is 3. Well, it's got 3. It's got 3 Brandenburg influence in it, which is not less than the target's base tax of 3. So I come back and roll a game. But, like Martin rightly points out, if you read this properly, what it means is, we're looking at, this is Denmark we're looking at. So has Denmark I mean, is it just me, or could there been a word in there, or is it just because I'm trying to dig myself out the hole here because I've read it in a foolish kind of way? Could it have been worded slightly better just to make it clearer? Maybe not. Maybe everybody's reading that and having no troubles with it at all. And I think maybe on another day I would probably have read it that way as well. So it's basically has influence. You know, does Denmark have influence less than target's base tax? So does in that area. And yes, Denmark's got 0 influence, so it is less than the target's base tax. So it's going to spend the 2 to add 2 to the area and then end the turn. So we had rolled again and it came up Pomerania that time. So I can fix this, it's not a problem. And again, good to know, so I'll not fail on that one again. So they put the 2 influence in Pomerania. They would have put it in here instead, because there was space to put it both, just, right? Now my panic was that placing this alliance might have been an issue, but I'm just going to double check that. Well, let me take the alliance away actually, because the alliance gets put in there with that other point of influence. Now the other point of influence you can see is not going to be able to go in there now because there's 5 cubes. So when we're running the... Right, we can go away from the bot. Page 15, isn't it? So when we're setting up the Forge Alliance here... right, okay, so die yourself with an NPR pay equal to half the target's NPR base tax. We've done that. We paid our 2 diplomatic power. Then take an available alliance from your supply and place it in the target's capital. Right, well, I'll replace it in a second. Along with 1 influence in their capital area if there is space. Well, now there is not space, because there's 5 cubes in there, so that's not going to go in there, but I don't think it's going to stop me from placing an alliance. I just wanted to double check through this. Well, that's it, place it there. Well, in order to take this action, both you and the target NPR must be at peace, right? Okay, just not at war, you both need to be at peace, right? Okay, you must have a total of at least 2 influence in any area belonging to the target NPR. Well, we've still got the 3 influence. My worry is that I need to have more than... Well, I've got more than them, so is it alright? If the target NPR is allied to an opponent, You must have more total influence than that opponent in the target empire's area in order to replace their alliance with yours. Yeah. No, that's a different thing. So if Denmark right now had an alliance with Prussia, then if they had an alliance in there, alliance marker in there, then we actually would be able to still do an alliance here, removing their alliance and putting our alliance in, I believe. So the alliance is still going in there, so I think everything's okay still. Whether that 2 influence that Denmark have now got in there might cause me trouble, I don't know, but anyway. And then, yeah, I know I mentioned in the other thing, it says, regarding picking a target in realm and area, see target type, so page 6. I knew where it was, this, and I was going to go and look at it. I just think I didn't have time yesterday to do this. Was it page 6? Yeah, target and charts, yeah. So what he's saying is, when I was rolling on that diplomatic targeting chart, this is where I need to go to find out how to work it out. So I'm not gonna go through this yet. I'm gonna wait until we do this again. I'm gonna have a read over this again. I finished off reading right through the rules again today, and I think I'm gonna reread. Although I've reread it again, I'm going to go over these solo rules again. Now that things are a bit better in my head, just read over these again. Because there's only the 6 pages, really. Because then you go into the flowcharts, so there's not an awful lot to read there. So I'll do that. Anyway, this is where we need to look when we've got to make a decision on what we're targeting. So I will come back to that. I just don't want to delve into it now. But thanks for that, Martin. Yeah. And that was all, I think. And then one of the other things I noticed myself, and I might, if I can, I might put a comment in the header of it, because somebody might make a comment. We didn't put in, of course, when I was watching it back, and I was saying, right, I'll put the army in between the 3 to say that's what they're at. I'm trying to say the words, that's where they're attacking, but I mean, what I actually want to say is, that's who they're at war with. So, that should go in München, which is its capital. So yeah, I forgot to put the at war, the war marker in there. And that clearly signifies that they're at war. And it also tells me that army is in there, and it's had its battle against them, and then next turn it's going to annex them. The 3 provinces, I think. Okay, I think that was all. One other little thing I noticed, I was talking about the possibility, I'm not going to swing around here, the milestone, build a trade fleet, build 4 plus light ships during a single action. And I thought, well, I could maybe do that, but it's going to cost a lot of money. Well, no, you can't, Grant, because each one of these are just small ports, and I've only got 2 of them, and my belief is that each one of them could only build 1 ship. So in a single action, I would need to have, well, to be honest, we're going to go and attack that, so I might well have them soon. So I'd need to have 4 ports that could build ships in the one action. So, and I hadn't thought about that. I was watching a bit more of Bridger's stuff when he was about to build ships and realised that. And I was like, oh yeah, right, I remember that one. Okay, whose turn is it? I think it's Denmark's, isn't it? Yeah, it was just because we left the war there going on. So, again, this will just be squeezing a small part in today. And then that's me off for a few days, so it might get a bit easier for me. Although, like I say, there's quite a few things I've got on that I'll be busier than I normally am, so I'll not be plain sailing, I don't think. Right, so Denmark, yeah, are you sure, definitely? Yeah, because we rolled dice and that on this, and I'm pretty sure all that went to plan. Right, so let's get a wee shot of Denmark just now then. I think I might have to take a break shot as well, but I'm still hoping to squeeze a part in before the end of the night. I mean, it's just late-ish afternoon at the moment, but I've got to go off to bed early again. So Denmark have plenty of bot power. They are not at war. They have a claim. Yeah, so it's going to be. They're not under attack. So yeah, and they've got bot cards left. So we're just going to draw a bot card. So I'm going to try and skip by some of that stuff. Something right. Okay. Right, so draw a bot card for Denmark. Right, so we've got Unrest, Spy. If they were at war, it'd be Spy. Get the feeling it might be going to Spy anyway. So it's going to cost them 2 bot power. Which I will just take. I was just swinging across just to look for Unrest as well, but now does it just look for Unrest this though, or does it not try and do something else? The Unrest action. There's a Spy action. So Unrest does it own any provinces with Unrest? Ah yeah, it looks at the core situation, doesn't it? So although it doesn't, does it? Does have 1 core up here though, but doesn't have any provinces with Unrest, so that's a no. So it takes us to has less than 2 cores in play and can place a core. Right. Actually, the reply I got from Martin about that one suggests to me that these 2 would need a core as well. And then, of course, you've not just got that, you've got the ones in Jutland here, anyway, haven't you? These 2, is it? Yeah. So, that one's okay. That was okay. But, I mean, this core's in this area. And I think I was asking the question about, does that core cover the whole country, if you like? I mean, country, that's not been a word that's been used in this game, Grant. Does it cover the whole of Sweden, basically? But I don't think that is the case. But then that brings that one kind of strange, in the fact that this core is just doing Pest. I mean, Pest was the capital, so I think that was why it was prioritising there, but these 2 are sitting there not cored, so Martin he certainly replied to the video when I was putting that core in there, and I think he agreed that it should go in there. Don't know if he commented on me talking about, like, does it just cover that area, or does it cover the whole of the... Because that would mean I need a core in there, you need a core could go in there and a core could go in there. But I think they've only got 2 cores, the 7 and the 8 one, so I mean, the cores, can something happen so that they can be removed again? Or do they need to stay there to fully protect that? Yeah, instead of claims and core tokens, the bot will only use the claim numbered from 1 to 6 as claims, while those numbered 7 to 8 will only be used for the core tokens on the reverse side. Well, it does, even in the bot chart, it talks about 2 or less. So I don't think it can have... Oh, hang on, what was it? Unrest. Has less than 2 cores in play. Yeah, so it must only be able to have 2 cores in play. Has less than 2 cores in play, which is, the answer to that is yes, and can place a core. Well, the answer to that, I think, is yes as well. Well, no, it is yes. It's definitely yes, because even if for some reason this does cover all the areas in that in Sweden, then Jutland down here needs a core in it to sort these guys out. But I don't think this is the case. I seem to remember, well, again, it was Bridgers talking about they can only put 2 cores in, but they might move the cores around to protect stronger areas, I think, or something like that. When the bot needs to place a claim but all tokens are in play, they will first take a non-colonial distant. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I could do with some better understanding of these cores, I think. Well, here's the two important parts of this in the full main rulebook, page 21, 7.6, core provinces. All provinces on the map board that have a realms flag on it are considered core provinces, cores of that realm. This applies no matter who currently owns that province, but is superseded by any DNPR on the province or core token placed in its area, see below. A province which is a core province of its owner cannot be liberated to form or join another realm. Any rebellion assigned to a province which is not its owner's core province will cause it to join the realm whose core province it is. Any rebellion assigned to a province which is not its owner's core province will... Yeah, because this actually happened in Hamburg, didn't it? There was a rebellion in Hamburg and it was under... it was just occupied. It wasn't the owner's core province. It basically liberated it, didn't it? I think that was what happened. So here's core tokens. So to place a core token, a player realm needs to own all the provinces in the target area and use the integrate area action on a development card, right? Well, we've not seen any of that or done any of that. Is that the only way I can do the cores then? Because that is quite relevant to me as well, isn't it? Okay. Integrate area action on a development card. Are they the green ones? Does it just say it's a development card? I've not seen that. Not seen that yet. Don't think anyway. Right, anyway, moving on. Doing so displaces any DNPR or other core that are already in the same area. A core token cannot be placed in an area where all provinces are already player realm core provinces. Sometimes core tokens may be placed via a mission reward. All provinces in an area where a player realm has placed a core token are considered core provinces of that player realm and no other realm. Each core token in play counts as a claim in its area. Each core token in play counts as a claim in its area and is worth 1 prestige during final scoring. Okay. Well, the fact that the core token you need to own all the provinces in the area anyway, that kind of doesn't really make much odds about the claim being a claim, does it? Well, I don't know. Well, that still doesn't... I mean, it does talk about areas there, doesn't it? Needs to own all provinces in the target area. So it must be that it's an area thing. Okay. Well, please, somebody let me know if I'm getting that wrong. I think it seems to be the case that this core token is only making these core provinces. This is not going to be classed as a core province or that one. But please tell me if I'm getting that wrong, because that's pretty important. So has it got less than 2 core tokens in play, and can it place one? I would say yes, because we know it can place it in Jutland, and Gotland and Skane, or in Norland. Yes. So that's a yes. So it says place the core token in eligible area with the highest total tax value. Highest total tax value, and it's got to be 1. Remove all other bots claims from areas where core tokens are placed. Right, okay. Place a claim in eligible area with the highest total tax value. Well, this has got a total tax value 1, this area. That's just area. It's talking areas, yeah. Place core token in eligible area. So, that's got 1. Oh, that's got 3. Oh, hang on, no, Jotland's got 4 though, isn't it? Jotland's got 4. Yeah, I mean, the fact that these are cores isn't relevant. It's just asking about the tax value. So I think it's going to go in Jotland then. Yeah, and that's core number, claim number 7. So that's 7 and 8. So he's now got both cores out. I recall. That's what it is. Yeah, when I talked about, I think it was like probably Bridger stuff. He's the one he's the videos that I'm watching most of, because it's the same scenario as well. You know, it's So this right now, well, let's just say, for instance, that we're doing this now. We've got 2 cores in play now, right? 2 core tokens in play. So has less than 2 core tokens in play and can place a core? Well, no. I mean, it can place a core, but it's got 2 cores in play, so it would be a no. And this takes you to this box, which I think is the one that might alter things. It says, owns all provinces in eligible area with higher total tax value than any current core area. Yeah, you see, and if that is the case, I'll then remove that core token in play from area with the lowest total tax value, and then it'll place it, then it'll come and place it in the higher, like what we've just done. So yeah, that's I got that impression from him that there was a way of doing that. So if things change tax wise, owns all provinces in eligible area with higher total tax value than the current. Yeah. So well, in actual fact, interestingly enough, I think what would happen, although it's a little bit daft, is that if we did get this situation again, this core token's in an area where tax income of 2. Right, hang on though, why did that get put there then? Should that not have been put there, Grant? Oh, unless this has been... No, I think that starts as a big town, doesn't it? Because when I put that core token there, I would have been following the exact same rules that I'm just following, and it should have went into the area with the highest total tax value. Well, in actual fact, that should have went into Jotland then. And Jotland's got 4. Jotland is that's just one area, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. You need to go back to the bit of video when you put that in there, Grant. I think I'm going to go back and look at that then. Right, hang on. Okay, I'm a little confused here. This is, I thought we had it resolved because when Sweden got annexed, it was done through this. After the annex, you come to here. Now owns all provinces in a new area and has less than 2 cores in play, and it has no cores in play at the time. So yes, it owns all provinces in a new area. It does say a new area there though, Grant. And has less than 2 provinces in play. So yes, so we come down to here and then it says, if able, spend 1 bot power to place a core in such area. Remove all other bots claims from the area. Which is what we do. And this is when I decided to put it in here, and then I wonder about covering all the areas. And Martin does make a comment. He says it is the most tax value before alphabetically. But the thing there is, this has got a tax value of 3. And we have put, this is it's not a new area though. So should it not have went in here? Because this has got a tax value of 3. Well, hold on. I think I decide that this is a core. So basically, all the tax value that's relevant is this area has got only a tax value of 1. Yeah. I think it's based on that. Well, Is it though? If I go back to that unrest part, does it mean it just says owns all provinces in eligible area with higher total tax value than any current core area? So when you look at that unrest action, it doesn't consider if this is a core province or not, which seems a bit daft, like, because what's the point in putting one of the cores into an area where you've got core? In fact, you're not allowed to do that, are you? Well, hang on. That says owns all provinces in eligible area. But then I'm a bit confused about that. I'd like help with that, I think, about how you're meant to decipher that. It seems to make more sense putting it in there, because this is enabling these two to be core. If I put it in there, although this has got a tax value of 3, which is more than this one that's got 2, if I put it in here, I'm only enabling this to be a core province, because this is already cored. If I put in there, that one's not. It's really between these two. I think the way I'm reading it, I think maybe it should be in here, because this has got the highest tax value. It's got a tax value of 3, but this seems the more logical one, because it's enabling 2 provinces to be cored. Okay. And yeah, I was coming back here to say, what I was going to say was that if this moves again, it would maybe move to here, because this has got a tax value of 3 and that's only got a 2. But that unrest action, it doesn't really, unless I'm missing something there, it doesn't really, it doesn't say look at the provinces that are not cored and basically find out the best place to put the core. With the most provinces that aren't cored. I think that's how it should be kind of talked about, but it's not really speaking about that. So maybe I'm not getting something there. Okay, well, please let me know your thoughts on that. I'm asking for a lot of thoughts and help, but I knew I would need help with this game. I do. I don't want to keep going asking questions, because some of them are coming back, and there you go. Some of the things I'm just not reading properly, and this could be another one. So I just need a wee nudge in the right direction, but maybe not. If there's more to be found out about that, then I can go and ask if anybody watching is still scratching their head as well, like myself. Anyway, okay, so that was unrest action then for Denmark. Is that it? What's the province? Yeah, core. Yeah, he put the core token in the ineligible area. Hold on. Yeah, is it not eligible area? I already said that. So, what did the Soul rules say about cores? I don't think it really says anything, does it? Claims and core tokens. No, it doesn't tell you anything about the cores in the Soul bit. So you've got to. My belief is you've got to go to the main rules. And to place a core token, well, you need to... No, stop, Grant. To place a core token, a player realm needs to own all the provinces in the target area. Well, that doesn't help. So that makes it an eligible area. But, that would have made this an eligible area. And a tax income of 3, that, I think you can see what I'm sort of having trouble with there. So a core token cannot be placed in an area where all provinces are already the player realm's core provinces. Right. Well, where all of them are, okay. So it's not going to say, let's just say this is core and this is core, and that these are not. This has got a tax income of 3, this area, this has got a tax income of 2. It would then not be able to move there because these are cored already. That makes sense. But that's not the case. This one is not cored. Yet this area has got a higher tax income than that. So shouldn't that have been placed in there? I mean, could it be one of these things that you would, as the player placing this, you would be able to place it the way you wanted to place it, right? So is it one of those? Whereas we're working for a bot here. If that is the case, then it is in the right place, I think. And remember, Jutland couldn't have been selected that time because it was based on the area that we'd just annexed. So, but this one, however, can go to Jutland, and I think that's correct because, well, its total tax income is 4, but it's got 2 non-core provinces. So, if it was me as a player, that's where I would be placing it. Because if I put it in here, I'm only benefiting from this one. If I put it in here, I'm only benefiting from this one. Right, I think I've done that enough, Grant. Okay, moving on. Right, that's our turn now. I think we want to try and get this subjugate because I'm worried about. Oh well, that's the other thing. Well, mind you, I thought this influence was all in here. Now there's only one back in there now because we also want to attack here, don't we? Oh no, but we want to. No, stop, Grant. You don't want to subjugate yet because you want to benefit from your alliance here. Yeah, you want to attack. You want to go to war. Okay, that's what we're doing. Now, how about money? I mean, what's 2 per infantry, isn't it? I've got 4 units. And the thing is, my belief is we're going to get 2 alliance units. And they get brought into the army for free. And, do they count? Do they still count to your military capacity though? I know the mercenaries don't, but maybe the allied units do. Nah. Well, that would make things cheaper for you though, Grant. Because I think, well, my military capacity is 4, isn't it? I've got 4 units. Is that right? Military capacity is a measure of how many units a realm can muster in an area. A realm's MC for any given area is equal to the combined tax value of that realm's own provinces and their vassal provinces in and adjacent to that area. Yeah, actually, yeah, you've got to watch for that. Well, we're okay there though, because our... Oh, hang on. Did that say total tax value? Ah. Of that realm's own provinces and their vassal provinces in and adjacent to that area. Code imports, hostile. Yeah, so, well, in actual fact, my military capacity is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, isn't it? This value is used to determine how many regular and allied units a player realm can... so... Although my manpower is only 4... And I've said I can bring along 2 allied units. That turns that into 6. Manpower is the maximum number of regular units that you may have deployed. This number is equal to the total of the highest number revealed in each town tracks. The combined total of regular units deployed and in the manpower reserve must equal this number. To field van units exceeding your manpower value, you must use mercenaries or allied troops. Manpower values may be modified. Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't need things hurting my head. So I don't want an early start of the day. It's been a long shift. I didn't really want anything to start straining my brain. Okay, let's just declare war anyway and see what happens. And then if I go through the steps, I might see how it's going to work. So I'm going to declare war on that's the wrong one anyway. I'm going to declare war on Stettin. This is, well, it's Pomerania, isn't it? So it's these two. It's actually called... was actually called Pomerania. I'm still trying to work my way through how these things are all set out. Well, that one in Bavaria helped me a little bit. I was starting to understand things. The one in Pomerania, see, it just calls it Pomerania. The area is Pomerania, and the actual realm is called Pomerania. But there's nothing to say that that's Pomerania, is it? It's like... oh, actually, I'm looking at the wrong bit. Where are we? Here. Yeah, and you know, none of the realms itself. I mean, this is the capital of it, obviously, but... okay, it does say it's two... it's not that it's something hiding. It does say it is two tax. So it is just two provinces. So we're going to declare war there. It's not an ally. Yeah, I don't think there's any issues with that. So, and then when we do that, we've got a Casus Belli there, we've got a claim, so that's fine. So, what is it you do next, Grant? Can't remember. Military actions, declare war. That's page 16. Right, yeah, there we go. So that's the bit I wanted to find. Right. So we've got a Casus Belli, call to arms, and listed order. You may send offensive call to arms using the call to arms action. Oh, hang on though, Grant. This is an offensive call to arms. This is different. See page 13. Well, let's see maybe how this works then. Yeah, this is going to... well, hang on. I'm still going to do this anyway, even if we're not getting that. Well, are you? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm going to change my mind here. Because I'm forgetting, this is an offensive call to arms. So, call to arms. This action may only be taken in conjunction with your own declaration of war or as a reaction in response to declaration of war on you or your NPR ally. So, it was my declaration of war, so this can work. When you are the aggressor in a war, your call to arms are considered to be offensive call to arms. For offensive call to arms, you must discard 2 influence from the areas of each NPR ally you wish to call. When the war has been declared, yeah, okay. Right, why is that saying 0 to 2? Because if it's offensive, it's 2. If it's not, if it's defensive, well, actually, there's one that's 1. Yeah, defensive call to arms is 1. Okay. Yeah, and then you'd flip it to its active allies side, add a number of NPR units to your own available manpower, equal to half of the tax value of all provinces owned by that NPR allies, which is 3 half to 2, and gain 1 power if the NPR ally is adjacent to the new enemy. Oh, it is as well. So we'd gain our military power back. And I've not spent that military power yet because I wasn't sure. Right, the problem with that might be, well, we kind of want to do this, but then do we need to bring the ally along? I mean, we've got an army of 4 against their 2. If it had been against 3, I would be worried because then they get to draw the card and maybe get better dice. what my concern is, let's see the subjugate card. Right, so that was the thing I started thinking about doing first, but then I remembered about the alliance. So what does this do? I've got to discard influence from target NPR vassal, well, it's target NPR, equal to target's base tax plus any this is where the opponent's influence was coming into it. Nah. That's annoying then, because we were getting another influence put in there until but then I had to backtrack. So, in actual fact, I can't do this just now. Now remember, it requires both realms are at peace. Well, that's another thing. I'm going to have to wait in peace again if I do that. Let me lay this down just now. So, it's just, you can't do everything at once, can you? Requires both realms to be at peace, and then if I've not got a royal marriage, so it needs my base tax, which fortunately now is 6, needs to be greater than or equal to 2 times the target's. 2 times the target is 6, so that works. That's okay, but I need to discard influence from target equal to target's base tax. Yeah, that's the thing. Before Denmark put 2 influence in there, I had 3 I do still have 3 influence, and their base tax is 3. So I was able to discard all my influence to be able to do this, and now I can't because the opponent's got influence in there. And now I can't put any more influence in there. Oh, that's horrible. What'd you do about that then? Is there a way of it's some kind of, is that not some kind of covert thing where you can replace, take their, no, it's counter-espionage, spy network, sabotage reputation. Yeah, look at that one. Replace an opponent influence for your own influence. What, just one? That seems... Replace an opponent influence for your own influence. Seems to be just one. Well, that's a bummer. So how is it we can get rid of his influence then? Is there not an easy way to do that? And if a call to arms bring the allied units, I'm going to lose 2 influence there myself, which is dangerous. I don't think I want to do that. So I might not be calling to arms. This is tough. I don't know if I'm missing some obvious things here, but well, it's now you can't do this anymore, Grant. So you're as well going to war and doing what you're doing regarding that, I think. But I don't think I'm going to take the alliance. I'm just going to use. All it's going to do is save me money, because I would probably only create my army of 2 units, I think. The thing is, my army can go right in there now as well and attack, can it? Can happen right away. Well, if you're going up against 2 units, you probably want your army at 4, don't you? Just if I was bringing 2 allied units, I would only create my army at 2. So I think that would only cost me 4 ducats. I mean, couldn't I just put the alliance? Couldn't I just put the influence back in there? Maybe next turn. I don't know. And what if Denmark then they've got more influence in there than me, and they can maybe steal my alliance and take their alliance for themselves? Possibly. I don't think there's an easier way for me to get rid of their influence. I don't. Sure, there must be a way to find that out. I don't know. I mean, the bit that you place influence, does it not tell you anything there? Does it not give you a page to look about what influence does and whatever? Influence. Yeah, I mean, I can't really think, apart from that card that lets you remove all of your influence in each target realms area. Okay, well, what are you going to do, Grant? You know what? I think I'm going to try this because I don't know how it works. So I've watched people doing it, but I've watched videos of it happening. But I think I'm going to have to learn better. I'm going to learn better by just doing it myself. So I've declared war, so that's going to cost me a military power, which I'm going to remove now. Right? We'll put our declaration of war into there. That was on what page was that? 16 it's on. But I need to look at the call to arms bit as well. So, and then call to arms. So we're going to do this. We're going to call to arms our ally there. So I must discard 2 influence from the areas of each empire ally I wish to call. So this feels wrong. Why are you doing it then, Grant? So I'm going to take 2 influence away. And then, yeah. For each empire ally that you call to arms, flip the token to its active side. So we're going to flip this over. Oops. So that's an active ally, which kind of scares me as well, because I feel like that might cause trouble. Okay, and then we add a number of NPR units to your own available equal to half the tax value. So it's 3, because the tax value is 3, so we're going to get 2 units. So, and they go available, so we get 2 of these guys, the black units. And the good thing about them is they're free to join your army. They don't cost any money, and that's, kind of looks like I'm just doing this to save money, because I don't want to bring 6 units on. Well, twofold, I suppose, because if we get hits, if units get hits, we're going to pick. Oh no, you can't do that, can you, Grant? There's a way you've got to select units, actually. So I might not be able to get them taken out. Oh well, we'll see. Right, I'm going to do that. And then we gain one military power if the NPR ally is adjacent to the new enemy. Well, it is. The new enemy's here. It's adjacent, so we're going to gain that military power back. Okay, so we've done that. And now he would then get the chance to call to arms as well, but he's not got any alliance. No. Pomerania has no alliance, so can't call anybody in. Then we remove all our influence in each of the target realms areas. Well, we've not got any influence in Pomerania. If any ships on either side of this war... Oh, well, we don't have any ships. They are ports, actually. So that's a no. So it's not going to. We're not going to have a naval battle. If any land, now should I be looking at? No, it's just the battle, innit? Yeah, on the chart. And if any land units are opposing side of this war are now located in the same area. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this all in one turn, am I? If any land units opposing sides of this war are now located in the same area, then a land battle would take place. So it's not. If no battles were triggered, you may immediately either take an activate units or recruit units action at no cost. So that's what we're going to do, because we've not got an army. Our army, although we've got available units, we've not got it in an army yet. Our army's along here with nobody in it. So we're going to take a recruit units action, which is, it should be on page 16 as well somewhere. Yeah, that's here. That's activate units. Recruit units, right. So here we go. Yeah, all we're going to do is build our army here. I don't think we're going to get the actual battle this turn. I didn't think that's how it worked, but... So we'll pay 1 military power. Remember, we're getting that for free, though, because we're coming from the declaration of war. And the requisite amount of ducats to recruit as many military units from your available and build as many ships. Regular units can be recruited in 1+ of your own or your vassal areas up to your MC. Now, I've said that our MC is going to be 6 then, because that's our tax income, and it's all in areas adjacent to, I mean, the war. I'll be able to have a total MC in that area because it's all adjacent. Okay, and then we've no mercenary units, but allied units there in your manpower reserve may be recruited for free as infantry or optionally as cavalry at 3. If I want to spend 3, I could bring a cavalry, you know. Allied units may be recruited in your own areas within your MC limits, so it still needs to follow the MC limits. Whereas I don't think the mercenary does it? No. Yeah, do not count towards MC. That's it. So I was getting mixed up though. MC is different from manpower. I didn't sort of realise that. I think that's what was throwing me there a bit. So we're gonna spend. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep them infantry. I think they're only gonna. Well, they get 3 dice, mine, Grant. They still get 3 dice. This isn't like the NPR. So I'm gonna recruit 2 infantry units. And then I'm going to get 2 allied infantry units for free. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So the 2 infantry units is going to cost me 4. Oh, just throwing it on the floor after all that. Right, so that's 4. I get 1 change. So that's my 2 infantry into army 1, and then we're going to recruit these 2 allied infantry units. I could have spent 3 to make 1 of them a cavalry, but obviously if you've got a cavalry, you've got better chance of resulting the dice. We do need to hit 2 of them here, don't we? I feel like I've got a trade action in me still to come. We've got plenty, although I now need to maybe put influence back into Prussia, but yeah. Yeah, and we get 1 extra blue dice, don't we, for a general. So we get 4 dice. And what happens in the NPR if we don't succeed? Can we fight on? You know what? I can't remember. It was quite comfortable the last time, wasn't it? No, I think I'm just going to stick with the infantry. I think this is fine. So I'm going to go with that. So we recruited the units, we paid the ducats, but it didn't cost us the military power. And I think then that's going to be my action over though. Because now what we've got to do next turn is we take a military action to activate units and take a land activation and pick an area with at least one of your armies or regular units. No, how do we get our army out again then? Oh, no, that's... You now put your army on the map, Grant. Or do we? Oh, man. Recruit units. Pay 1. Recruit as many military units from your available. Units may be placed directly on the board or into your armies. New armies may be created to hold units that you recruit. If you recruit units in areas containing hostile units or hostile NPR provinces, battles will commence. So, well, I'm confused there. I mean, I could have put these straight on the map in Pomerania, but can't I just put my army in Pomerania? Units may be placed directly on the board, which are regular infantry units only, or into your armies. New armies may be created to hold units that you recruit. If you recruit units into areas, right, okay. Well, no, I think if you're doing it in the army, couldn't I just recruit them all into there then? Oh, but hold on. Would I be able to do that? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm getting weary. And we're at an hour. And I probably do need to stop as well, so... Well, that's a good part. But if I thought maybe I needed to activate... If I activate units, take command activation... described in the Warfare chapter, page 25 to 28. Maybe I need to go there in the Warfare chapter. 25. Movement. All military units. That's movement. Land battles. I feel like I'm missing something here. I don't know. I can't even remember how it happened. I think we had our army on the map. I'm just baffled about how I get my army. Oh, where's it? To deploy an army, you must assign at least one of your land units to it, either from the area in which the army is placed, or from manpower. If all units in the army are placed on their corresponding army map. All units in the army moves one. It takes only a single land activation to move an entire army with all its units. Right, but do I need to activate the army to put it on the map? How does it get on the map in the first place? That's what I'm... Right, you know what? I'm going to just wait and see. I'm going to wait. I'm going to come back to it later. Well, not later, tomorrow. Because I'm at an hour. My brain's starting to not cope. And I know it's not a big thing here, but I'm confused as well. So, well, I think we're either putting them there, or thing is, it also said you can only put regular infantry units directly on the map, and these are allied units, so I'm not sure if they're counted as regular infantry or not. But I mean, all I want to do is put my army in there and have the battle. I'm happy to have the battle now, but I don't know if I'm out there. I'm missing something simple, I think. So I'll get around to looking that up and working out what to do. Probably before this bit gets released. So I'll maybe leave some comment in the header about it once I get past that dull moment when I realise what it is I'm doing wrong. Okay, I better get away for now. And then I'll be back with more relaxed, hopefully. Well, mind you, I'm up early tomorrow morning as well. So if I come to the table tomorrow night, I'm probably going to be not in the right. My head's not going to be quite right again, but we'll see. I might be more relaxed then. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. Cheers.